I'm definitely gonna. I got quite a few responses on the how and why prepping video from last weekend. I'm gonna definitely retouch on that. I'll have to go over some of the comments to try and answer give some answers to some of the comments. Off the top of my head, Dean from Orion, he was mentioning about high salt for people with high blood pressure, etc., etc. For those tinned foods and high preservative foods that I had there. Well, I guess just a quick little answer to that would be, if you go through history and look at what people ate in the 1800s, during the Civil War, during the Depressions, during World War One, World War Two, etc., the stuff that the poor guys had to eat, for up to 4 years at a time. I think they'd way prefer to have the stuff that we got now. And to preserve all of their food, it was packed with salt. So Dean's correct, and he's right on the money about these things. But if all we've got to go on is in the past and in history, we're way better off in front now than back then. And being prepared, I don't see it as being a prepper, as a doomsday prepper or anything like that. It's just a bit of being a little bit prepared with a little bit of extra little bit of kitty that could get you through who knows what. Some people get prepared in a spiritual way. They want to get with the Lord, or get with whatever the program is that they're interested in. Lots of people pay heaps and heaps and heaps of money in insurance, and I'm someone who doesn't pay any insurance, never have, and I'm never going to, just because I can't stand. And same with getting a home loan and loans. I'm anti all of that shit that makes little geeks in suits in air-conditioned offices making bulk amounts of money off everyday people who get caught up in this rat race and think that they, the great Australian dream or whatever is to own a house and have 2.5 children and a brand new car for everyone and buying your kid a new car. That's a load of shit, mate. That's just been keeping up with the Joneses. You just do whatever. Now, he also did touch on expenses, and a few people did touch on how expensive it is. 1,000,000%, and I agree. Everyone, when they start off on that little journey, they go through their bug out bag phases, they go through this phase and that phase, and then blah 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 blah, and then when you start getting into it, the more you learn is the more skills you have, the less crap that you need. So it kind of comes full circle, but you enjoy all of that. Now, it would be way better if I had a missus and a family that had that sort of hobby. So I don't. So it is frustratingly hard, but at the end of the day, I'm not dictating nothing to them, and it is what it is. So then what I done to make it so I'm not just squirreling away thousands of dollars, the way I evaluated it was, I'm into my hunting, I'm into my fishing, I'm into my camping, and I'm into the outdoors. So getting good quality tents, good quality sleeping bags, outdoors gear, hats, clothing, boots, etc., etc., water bottles, knives, fun things, and all of the stuff that goes with it, batteries and headlamps and torches and blah 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 blah. So what I done is I tried to consolidate everything and go, okay, for torches, for instance, I started off with little ones that take AAAs, then went up to AA's, and then I decided on 18 650. Okay, so now all of my torches, my headlamps, everything that I try and do runs off 18650 batteries. Even my Ryobi cordless tools, they're basically just a battery pack of 18650 batteries. So and then Nikki commented about hand tools over power and battery tools. Okay, so yes, I've got a lot of hand tools, but I've also got some battery ones, because battery ones can be recharged from the sun. You can have solar power with an inverter, and you can actually get get an inverter, and you can to a 12 volt system. So I can have a solar panel charging my 12 volt battery, that I have an inverter, and I plug my my standard Ryobi battery charger into. So I can keep them running from the sun. Now, they're not only tools, they're also camping things. So I've got an awesome little, so these are all the Ryobi One. They're not the best brand in the world or best quality, but they do work, and they're affordable. If I was to buy Milwaukee, Makita, AEG, etc., I just wouldn't be able to afford to have the range of stuff that I got. So in that range of stuff, I've got everything from chainsaws to pole chainsaws to whippersnippers to saber saws or reciprocating saws, circular saws. I've also got big spotlights, small torches, camp lights, camp lamps, and then I've got also a fold out LED light bar thing, and that's been really, really good. We've got an air pump that pumps up our camping mattress, our air mattresses. It also means we can go four-wheel drive, and we can go onto the beach or go four-wheel driving somewhere. We can let the air pressure down in our tyres, and then we've got that pumps up the tyres. We also have used that for when it's been raining and it's really hard to start a fire. We get the blow part of it, and we put it onto the fire, and away it goes. So there's lots of handy tools in that 12 volt rechargeable battery sort of scenario, and that's not even talking about drills and things like that. So lights and speakers, there's speakers and radios and things like that. So and where this comes into it is when there's a power blackout from a storm or something like that, I get a massive smile on my face, and it's like, yes, I get to pull out all my stuff. We get the phone or one of these Bluetoothy memory things that have got movies on them and that, and we got the iPad going, and we plug it into the missus speakers, and we've got movies cranking, loud as anything, or music cranking. We got lights on all throughout the house. We get my little camping gas burning stoves and things like that, and we got coffees going. We're cooking dinners and all sorts of stuff with our gas barbecue, and our whole house is lit up. The neighbours will come over and they'll be talking to us and carrying on, and we go outside and we might see a light beam in the distance or something like that, and we go out with our lightsabers and just open up the whole place, you know. And that's where the prepping comes into it, you know, and you can sit back and go, and that's just a rehearsal, you know, just a dress rehearsal. So I'm sure there's many other points, but they were just ones off the top of my head that I could just remember. So anyway, been talking way long enough. There's round 2, semi sort of redemption, and Ultra. Thank you to Craig for sending that over. Thank you, Dean, for being involved in all this, and I believe Stoney's Outdoors is sending something as well. So Dean's apparently sent some strikers, maybe some handmade or hand forged strikers, they might have been. I'm definitely going to send some fat wood, some hand harvested fat wood that we get from up the road, and I don't know, we'll just see what else. So I'll get in contact with Dean, get the details to send some stuff over stateside. So thank you guys, see you later, have a great rest of the week, and looking forward to a good weekend. Fat Wood Friday tomorrow.